It's another edition of Time About the Movies. We're jumping into April 12th, 1991. And we've got 3 of the 4 movies to look at today because I couldn't find any trailers for Daddy Nostalgia, so that's one that, unfortunately, we're going to have to put off to the side for now. But we have 3 other movies to look at today, so let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right on into it, and we'll start with the biggest new release of the weekend, and that was Steven Seagal's latest film, and that was Out for Justice. I'm looking for Richie! Richie! Where's Richie? And I'm sorry for that. That's the only thing I really remember from this movie is just Steven Seagal with his fake as hell Brooklyn accent. But, yeah, it's Out for Justice. It's another Steven Seagal movie. It is what it is, and yeah, that's the only thing I remember is that bad Brooklyn accent by Steven Seagal. But, like I said before, people love what he did back then, and like, a lot of his early movies were big successes back then, and this is another one that was a huge success. Was the top movie at the box office for like 2 weeks in a row, and yeah, people seem to still hold it in high regard, even though the movie was thrashed by critics as the other ones were. But me personally, I didn't think it was all that great. Like I said, the only real reason I remember this movie is because of how bad that accent was on Steven Seagal. But other than that, though, it's pretty much just the same Steven Seagal movie over and over again. It's pretty much the same premise, same type of bad guy, same type of action sequences, and it's just like, okay, is that really all you're going to do here? And it's just like when Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone do something similar to this, where they do the same thing over and over again, they add at least something to it. Like, Steven Seagal adds nothing to it. It's pretty much just same character, same situation, same story, same way it's going to go. It's just like, we've seen all this over and over again, and it's just like, is this really all you're going to be able to do, dude? But luckily, there was a brief period where he actually did have something more to him, because I believe the next movie he did was Under Siege, which we'll get to that one when we get to 92. But, yeah, like I said, this movie's not all that great, at least to me. As somebody who wasn't a big fan of most of Steven Seagal's other movies, this one didn't win me over all that much. Won most people over who were fans of his early works, but not me personally. So, yeah, how many times can I say in this video? I say that a lot all the time too. I don't know. It's that straight off the cuff, just right out, it's freeform conversation thing that I have going on here. I realize that, but here I go again. Let's go ahead and move on to the next movie, and the next movie is John Malkovich and Andie MacDowell in The Object of Beauty. This is one of those comedies where your 2 leads really need to have good chemistry in order for this to work all together. And, I mean, it works a little bit, but really there isn't a whole lot there story-wise for these two to really work off of. I mean, both John Malkovich and Andie MacDowell are trying their best here, and they do have some good chemistry here, but the script overall is just very mediocre. I mean, there's no real conflicts. There's nothing really all that spectacular or all that engaging. Even for a real-life couple that, like, they're trying to be in this movie, it does really fall flat. And it's a shame, too, because this seemed like it could have some potential to it. But, yeah, really, it doesn't really work as well as I thought it would. I think Malkovich and McDowell do their best, and they do have some chemistry that works in a couple of scenes, but unfortunately it doesn't work all the way around. You don't really buy into their characters whatsoever. And it's a shame, because, like I said, there is potential here, and these two seem like a good representation of a realistic couple, but even realistic couples have some sort of drama to work with, but no, it's just dull. I mean, this is really a dull movie, and I was very disappointed by it because I had seen the good word of mouth coming from the critics' reviews that I saw for it, but yeah, I was very disappointed when I saw this movie. This is a real letdown of a film, especially with the leading actors involved here. But yeah, unfortunately, this is a disappointment on so many levels, and it really was a shame that I didn't like it more than I would have liked to. So, with that said, let's get on to the last movie, and the last movie is Impromptu. Period piece drama. You got a great cast involved in here, including Judy Davis, Hugh Grant, Mandy Patinkin, Bernadette Peters, Julia Sands, Ralph Brown, Emma Thompson, and I mean, most of them do a pretty good job here. This is one of those movies where, even if you're not the biggest period piece fan, you can still enjoy this movie, mostly because you're invested in the story, you're invested in these characters a lot. It is a good movie. It's a really enjoyable film. I was actually pleasantly surprised when I watched it the first time. It is a fun movie. These actors put a good effort into their performances. The writing is very well done. The cinematography is very good. It is what it is. It's a fun movie. I think it's a very good time to watch. Even if you're not the biggest fan of these period piece type of dramas, you can still find a lot to find in this movie. And I recommend Impromptu if you can find it. So on that note, that leaves another edition of Time About the Movies in the books. And next time around, we'll be looking at one movie, since there was only one movie that came out the weekend of April 19th. And that is Mortal Thoughts with Demi Moore, Glenn Headley, Bruce Willis, and Harvey Keitel. So we'll look into that movie next time around. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, if you want to see more videos like this, check out the playlist on the next page. Check out the previous episode. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another new episode. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until then, take care.